So, ladies and gentlemen, it is a very great pleasure. Once again, the sun has come out to shine on us, and what has been such an incredibly exciting competition. We have with us here the top 3 riders. And so, therefore, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in reverse order. But once again, I want to thank the riders for their help over the Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials leading up to the end of the competition day. We're going to start with Tim Price. If you could pick the microphone up, please, Tim. Tim Price from New Zealand, Xavier Fair. You know, what a wonderful horse. First time at Badminton, and what a great time to put in a show jumping round like that. Can you just tell us a little bit about Xavier Fair?
Yeah, I've had him for Trisha Rickards, who's his owner. She bred him, so that's one hell of a feat. It's before everything else. She's had him, she bred him. You know, managed him right through since the word go. So I've had him for the last 2.5 years, I believe, and then brought him through to advanced level. And he's been a bit spooky, he's been a bit quirky the way through. He hasn't been one of these horses that wins along the way. But I've always thought of him as a horse for somewhere like Badminton. So he came here and is just quite unestablished with the dressage, but he's a fantastic jumper and galloper, and that was what was on display yesterday and today.
And so, seeing going on from now, if we could just ask you, people, would you like to ask a question? Anybody got a question? Yes.
Tim, you obviously have a lot of faith in the horse, but at the beginning of the week, I don't think he certainly wasn't on my radar as a potential top 3 horse, I'm happy to admit. Did you have that sort of hope for him, that that you'll be sitting here?
Yeah, actually, the majority of the time I've had him, his quirks have got in the way of any kind of attempt at a performance. But this year, he's gone out 3 times in preparation for this, and he's actually being very good. And I would have been disappointed if he didn't come and continue in the same vein. So, no, I was expecting him to go well across the competition, but it's always unexpected to be sitting here at the end of it.
Thank you. Any more questions? Yeah.
Tim, just wondering what Janelle said afterwards.
She said, "Well done." Actually, yesterday she hadn't said anything to say well done or anything like that. And then someone said, "Well done for being 1 second inside the time." And she said, "I thought you were 1 second over." "Oh, well done." So because I was inside the time, I got congratulated. But no, she's happy, of course.
Any more questions for Tim? All happy? Oh yeah, gentleman there, if you could.
Tim, just after last year, how relieved are you to start this year with a result like this?
Very relieved. Last year I felt there was quite a few instances where it could have gone either way, and I had a bit of luck or a bit of this and a bit of that. But no, this is a great start. I felt like there's been a bit of a load, lifted, and it's nice and early in the year. So hopefully I'll be able to continue and take that confidence through and enjoy what's to come.
Thank you. Yeah. Okay. All happy. If you could move now to the rider second at the 2017 Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials, Michael Jung on La Biesthetique Sam. Michael, 7 years ago, it turns our friends from Equa Ratings have told me that Sam and Nereo were on the individual podium at the World Equestrian Games, and 7 years ago. He's such an incredible talent, Sam, to keep going so consistently for these years. And you must still rate him as one of the best horses you've ridden.
Yeah, I think so. La Biesthetique Sam is really a brilliant horse. He's very strong and healthy, and absolutely nice to ride. Sure, I'm a bit unhappy about the mistake, but it was for sure my mistake. So in the end, I think we had a really great week, and I'm very happy about everything, how it works, and how he feels in the cross country. That was really unbelievable. How strong he is with 17 years. That was really really nice ride yesterday, and also today he jumped very well on the warm-up arena. And in the end, I'm very happy about this week here in badminton.
Well, every right to. I mean, an incredible round yesterday. Any questions for Michael? I think you may well got away with that. And you, I'm presuming, Michael, that you see Sam going on for more competitions.
At the moment, yes, I think so. He's very happy, and he likes really the cross country, and I think he's happy to do a bit more.
Brilliant. Well, that's great, and thank you very much. Right in the middle, if we could just pass the microphone to young Andrew Nicholson from New Zealand on Nareo. 1995 was first four-star, Andrew, and it's taken 37 attempts, but you've won badminton, Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials. Did you ever think you would see this day coming?
Of course I thought I'd have this day. I just didn't know when it was going to come. I come here every year thinking I've got a chance. You know, sort of 25 years ago when I came here, I thought I had a chance, when I absolutely had no chance of even getting round. But you got to talk yourself up when you're young, don't you? And now I've gotten old, I've got very good horses, and you know, I've come here 2 years ago, went into the Showjumping in first place, came out in 6th or 7th. You know, I've been in all sorts of places here and not managed to win it. When I was warming up, my children, Lily and Zach, are very good at following the scores and letting me know what I have to do to win. They told me that Michael had gone round inside the time. They then came to tell me that Ingrid had gone round with a few time penalties, but then they come running back to say she had 11 for breaking the pin. Then they come back to tell me no, she hasn't. So, you know, for them it was very easy. I just had to go round inside the time. And when I was warming up, I thought, why don't I let Ingrid and Michael have the lead, and if I can go round and be near enough to them and go and jump a clear round, then I've done my bit. It's up to them then. And you know, I knew I had a bit of a breathing space over, you know, 4th, 5th. And when I started slipping badly, turning to the last fence, I thought I'd misjudged it and was going to be a little too far behind them. But as it turned out, that slipping and sliding helped. Otherwise, I think I would have been perhaps in 2nd place. And you know, I've gone into the show jumping before in 2nd place and haven't won.
Yeah, we know. Yeah.
So, yeah, it's nice when a plan works.
So, I was going to say, so lots of strategy there. So, to any young riders, it's just a 25-year plan then, really?
At least.
Yeah, at least. So, any questions for Andrew Nicholson? Yes, Pippa again.
Andrew, it's the obvious question, but I think someone has to ask it. Can you just try to put into words what it means to win this after, you know, so many attempts? You know, you say you thought you had to keep coming back, but it must be an incredible feeling.
The feeling is very different to when I won Burley. Yeah, that's is unbelievable in itself, and then to win it 3 times with Avery in a row is it's a very different feeling this year. And I think to have to wait so long for it, and a few times to be so near and not make it and slip back down again, you know, it's pretty hard, and you just got to get over it and move on, and to keep coming back. You know, I've been lucky to be in a position to have that dream and come and put it into place, and now it's worked. It's an unbelievable feeling.
Fantastic. Any more questions? Yes, Catherine Austin here.
Just tell us a little bit about what Nareo must mean to you and what he's like as a horse.
I've had Nareo since he was 4 years old. He's always been one of my favourites. He's not a horse that wants you to cuddle him and pat him all the time. He very much knows that I hop on and ride him, and that's what we do. He doesn't want me to catch him in the field. He doesn't want me to go and make a fuss of him. He knows that Johanna does all that with him, and I drive him. He's had to work very, very hard. It hasn't been natural for him for dressage. Galloping cross country he's a lovely galloper, but he has a big stride. So with his, undulating ground, it's hard work for him, and yet he happily does it all. He tries to please. He gives you 100% every single time, and I can bring him out year after year after year. When I was recovering from my neck injury, he and Avebury were the main reasons I had to go at riding again. It's important to have something to motivate you, and it was those two. And once as I started doing a bit of jumping, I contacted Stephen Smith. He came down. He helps me with my show jumping now, and between him and Wiggy and my children, the owners, we're a great team, and to have Nereo in that team is unbelievable.
So one last quick.
I was just going to ask, what does it mean for your owner?
You best ask her. She's down the back here. Go on, Libby.
Hold it. We're going to get you a microphone. It's okay. We don't want you having to risk your voice.
I just said that was a bit of all right, Andrew. Thank you very much indeed.
Does that class as one happy owner?
A wonderful understatement. I think, ladies and gentlemen, if everyone's happy, unless there's any burning questions, what can I say? It has been the most extraordinary, the most wonderfully exciting competition. Thank you to you and all the other riders. We'd like to thank you for your patience and the way that you do come along and help us by doing the interviews and coming along in the evening. We know the pressure you're under, but it does really help us an awful lot as the media. We're all glad that you've come home safely. 3 of the best athletes, in any sport who can give up time, and we're very grateful. So, ladies and gentlemen, after 5 days of competition, we have in 3rd place, Tim Price from New Zealand. In 2nd place, Michael Jung from Germany. And the winner, finally, of the Mitsubishi Motors Badminton Horse Trials from New Zealand, ladies and gentlemen, Andrew Nicholson. So if I can say thank you to them, and as I say, thank you to all of you as well. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, as I said to you, if Lloyd Bell could just come forward and grab people. Just, if you are concerned and you do want to speak to the top 3, they are literally, I don't mean that figuratively, they're going to be just outside the door to the media centre. So if you want to try and catch them after their Lloyd Bell interview,